The break and retest of the overnight low paid me very well today on ES. Hey, fellow traders, it's Black Coffee Trader. Today is Thursday, September the 25th, and we had a very nice green day today. Quite happy with the day. Up about almost $3,000 across the funded accounts today, so that was great. Basically up about 150 per account, so felt very good to have a nice bounce back green day after the week that we've had, especially with the way the week started on Monday. But yeah, here is the overnight low on ES. This orange line is the overnight low. And this morning, right soon after the market opened, we had a wick test of that overnight low. Entered with one contract here, added a contract here, took one off here, added another contract, took more off down here, and then took the last off here for a small loss. But overall, that was a nice winning trade. And then the last trade of the day was over here. This was also in with just one contract. Again, as we came back to this level, this was very clean, holding very well in the overnight session. That was the low of the overnight session. And then we got this little move in the morning, and we held that area really good. And then we flipped right here in the afternoon, came back up and tested it. I was watching this. I was actually, going to be done for the day, but we got this move back down, entered here with one contract, and I was unsure of how I want to play this because of this level down here, and the fact that in the morning that turned into pretty significant support and pushed the market back higher. So I was a little bit careful, a little cautious. Once we started to slowly slide lower, I just moved my stop to break even. I decided I was not going to add. I was just going to try to trail a stop. And once I got to the point where I could start trailing about 5.5 points, what my initial risk was, I just started trailing my stop and finally got trailed out here at a 20-point profit margin, which is a 4R, over a 4R trade. It was an excellent, excellent trade. That trade alone with one single micro paid me $100. So very, very nice trade. Those two were the two great trades of the day. And then I also took a couple of unfortunate trades on the Dow Jones, very similar to yesterday, very similar to yesterday. We had a move up. We couldn't break through this level here. We have the prior day low. Couldn't break through that. I took one short here, took one contract off, and I think I added one and got stopped out for a small loss here. We just couldn't push, and it just felt like it looked like this was going to reject. Added into another. I went into enter the trade again. Got stopped out, unfortunately, right at the top, and we again started to fall. And I added for the third, or entered for the third time. I rarely do that, and entered for the third time there. Added to the position once we dropped below VWAP. Took two of them off right down here at this next level. We pushed back up, and I got out break even there. It was a winning trade, but all in all, the first two losses gave back my initial profits on the first ES trade of the morning that we looked at earlier. And then this one gave me some profit. So I was profitable on the day after this one. But yeah, just kind of unfortunate. And again, had I just left my stop maybe up here, I would have really had to absorb some drawdown because of the add-in. But, we failed to break this level. And we really ended up just, doing a little V-shaped move, and then we started to bleed lower, and we got the pretty nice move down to the daily 20. That was something that seemed to be in play on several of the markets today, was the daily 20. We came back and tested it here on the Dow Jones. So this was the problem area today. If I could eliminate this, we have nearly a $200 profit day. So in either case, it was a good day, and I'm very, very happy with the way the day went. So executed the trades well. Other than these two, really these first two entries, I really should have just left my stop up a little bit higher, and we could have survived and not had those two losses. So we eliminate those two losses, and once again, we have a much better winning day. So something I've got to work on. But yeah, really, really good day. Very, very, very happy with the results today. And let's take a quick look at TradeZella and see where we're at. This thing's got to do an update. So almost 2,900 today in profit. The 60% win rate had the two losers, three winners, almost a 2 average win to loss. So average winner was 75, average loser was 38, which is a good statistic. And we actually have a chance of maybe getting green tomorrow. If we have a decent, good trading day tomorrow, we could make back the difference here and end up with a break-even week. I don't think we're going to make a lot of profit this week, but we might be able to to squeeze out break even. So I would call that a big win, especially after the $5,000 red day that we had on Monday. And then yesterday had a small little red day, small green day on Tuesday, and today was a nice day. Thursdays, ironically, have been really good for me this month. We had a $2,400 day, we had a $1,900 day, had a $450 last week, and then $2,800 today. So kind of strange how that seems to be in effect. Wednesdays do not look very good this month, and Mondays are not doing that well either. So for what it's worth, but anyway. A good day, and we're pretty happy with the trades we took today, and that's a win. So, all right. Really, that's kind of the long and the short of what I want to talk about. I mean, keep those things pretty short and sweet today. We had a really good winning day, and I'm happy with it. Looking at the NASDAQ, looking at the big picture on the market, we've definitely seen, we had these highs on the NASDAQ, had a push down, push up, kind of doing this little stair-step lower formation. But I wonder if we've kind of bottomed out. We're going to start to go back higher. We'll see. We couldn't really stay below the low of day yesterday. I mean, we did for most of the day, but we did fall through, wick through that a little bit. So if you start losing those low of prior days, that's kind of a signal that we're probably going to see further downside. It's maybe a little bit too early to tell. We'll see how the week ends tomorrow. ES is in a similar formation. We had the highs on ES, moved down, and we're kind of stair-stepping. Here we have, this would be, let's see, today is Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Here we have the Tuesday's lows, and Wednesday we kind of, we flirted through that highs and lows. It's not like we totally stayed below there, but in the overnight session we pretty much stayed below the Tuesday lows. And then today we've totally stayed below yesterday's lows on the ES. So ES is definitely a lot more bearish. Definitely looks like the trend is for further downside. So we'll see. There's something to keep in mind. ES, or the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones, are not nearly as clean, a little bit more sloppy. There's the ES, and here is, the Dow Jones, and here's the Russell. So again, Russell's holding the daily 20. Dow Jones dipped through the daily 20, kind of swept that and pushed back out of it. ES, the daily 20 on the ES, I think is sitting right here. It's kind of blurred. It's right in there. And so we basically tested that, and on the NASDAQ, the daily 20 is sitting all the way down here. So we'll see. I think the jury is out on the direction of the market or the next where things are at, so we'll just have to keep our eyes open and trade what the market gives us. So anyway, hopefully we can have a good bounce back day tomorrow. Oh, last but not least, let's not forget that Apex has a new 80% off sale, which they just ended an 80% off sale. But the difference here is this new sale, 80% off, which we're familiar with. But then they also have an $85 activation fee. So that's the big kicker. $85 activation fee for all accounts, for funded accounts. So if you can pass accounts before the end of that sale and activate them before the end of September, basically the sale ends on Tuesday night, September 30th. So if you pass accounts, you get them for $85, which is a really, really good deal. So just remember that. And again, thanks for using code BCT for Apex, Take Profit Trader, the different firms and whatever. So again, appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Appreciate that very much. And I hope you guys had a great day today. And we'll be back at it tomorrow. So we'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care, and so long.